Did you know that Earth, our beautiful blue world, was once a molten ball of rock? Before oceans, before life, even before the moon, our planet was nothing more than searing chaos, born in the wake of cosmic violence. Yet from this fire came life. From dust came home. This is the story of how Earth was born, an ancient ballet of stars, gravity, and time. A journey spanning billions of years, a cosmic dance that continues to this day. Welcome to the birth of Earth. 13.8 billion years ago, there was nothing. No time, no space, no matter. Then, in a single moment, everything began. The universe erupted in a flash. An unfathomably hot, dense point expanded rapidly in an event we call the Big Bang. In the first few seconds, matter as we know it didn't even exist. The universe was a soup of particles, too chaotic for atoms to form. But as it cooled, something remarkable happened. Protons, neutrons, electrons, the building blocks of matter took shape, and with them came the first elements, hydrogen and helium, the fuel for future stars. Gravity, the quiet architect of the cosmos, began its work. It pulled matter together into clumps, drawing the hydrogen and helium into vast clouds. These clouds, over millions of years, collapsed under their own weight, heating as they compacted. And when they became hot enough, a spark was born. The first stars ignited. These were giants, much larger than our sun. And though they lived short, furious lives, they were vital to everything that came next. Inside the hearts of these stars, fusion forged heavier elements, carbon, oxygen, iron, but it was their death that truly seeded the cosmos. When massive stars died, they exploded in supernovae, colossal blasts that scattered these elements across space. Iron, nickel, gold, all flung outward like seeds in the wind. These elements, the atoms in your blood, the minerals in Earth's crust, were made in those stellar furnaces. You and I, we are made of stardust 4.6 billion years ago. In a quiet corner of the Milky Way, another star was born, our sun. It emerged from a cloud rich in the remnants of long-dead stars, collapsing under its own gravity. Around it spun a disk, a swirling halo of gas, ice, and dust. This was the protoplanetary disk, the nursery of planets. In this chaotic whirlpool, matter collided, stuck together, and slowly began to form bodies we now call planets. Tiny dust grains clumped into pebbles. Pebbles became rocks. Rocks collided to form planetesimals, early planetary seeds. These collisions were violent. The young solar system was a cosmic battlefield. One of these growing bodies, orbiting at just the right distance from the sun, began to gather mass. It pulled in more material, and with each impact, it grew hotter. That body was Earth. It didn't form overnight. It took millions of years and countless impacts to sculpt our planet into a sphere. And one particular collision changed everything. About 4.5 billion years ago, a Mars-sized object, Theia, slammed into Earth with unimaginable force. The impact was catastrophic. Molten rock sprayed into orbit. Some of it fell back to Earth, but some remained suspended in space. That debris eventually coalesced to form the Moon. The collision reshaped Earth's axis and tilt, influencing our climate and stabilizing our seasons. Out of destruction came balance. As Earth continued to grow, heavier elements, iron and nickel, sank to the center, forming a dense, molten core. This core, spinning within the Earth, generated a magnetic field, an invisible shield that protects us from deadly solar radiation. It also created immense heat, fueling volcanic activity and driving tectonic shifts. Without this inner engine, Earth might have remained a cold, lifeless rock. Earth's surface was hostile. Oceans of magma, meteor bombardments, and volcanic fury. These volcanoes spewed gases into the air, carbon dioxide, methane, ammonia, and steam. The atmosphere was thick, toxic, and devoid of oxygen. Yet, this suffocating veil was also protective, trapping heat and beginning the transformation of a barren world into something more. As Earth cooled, steam condensed into rain. It rained for centuries. Meteorites, many of which carried ice, added to this deluge. Slowly, the planet's surface transformed. Craters became lakes, basins filled into oceans. Water, the cradle of life, had arrived, and with it, the stage was set for one of the universe's most mysterious transitions. Somewhere in these early oceans, perhaps near hydrothermal vents, something remarkable occurred. Simple molecules formed chains, chains formed membranes. Membranes began to copy themselves. These were the precursors to life, the first self-replicating systems, possibly RNA molecules. Whether sparked by lightning, deep-sea heat, or even delivered by comets, these early building blocks led to the first living cells. From non-life came life. Earth's story is not isolated. It is a thread woven into the grand tapestry of the cosmos. Our planet was born from stardust, shaped by gravity, sculpted by fire and water. The atoms in our bodies once lived in stars that died long before our sun was born. Every heartbeat, every breath, connects us to the universe. Carl Sagan once called Earth a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. From space, we see no borders, no wars, no divisions, just a delicate blue sphere teeming with life. Our planet is rare, precious, fragile. Understanding its birth reminds us of its value and our responsibility to protect it. Today, we search the skies for signs of life beyond Earth. We listen for signals. We study distant exoplanets. We analyze light for traces of water, oxygen, or methane. Why? Because Earth's story may not be unique. And if life could arise here, against all odds, it might arise elsewhere too. The universe is vast, and our journey is just beginning. The birth of Earth was not a single moment, it was a dance across time. A dance of matter and energy, of destruction and creation, of chance and chemistry. We are the outcome of that dance. We are stardust, dreaming of stars, and as we look to the skies, may we never forget the ancient fires that birthed us, and the delicate world we now call home.